Fear does not announce itself loudly. It whispers. It tightens your chest when you should speak. It freezes your legs when you should move. It convinces you to stay quiet, stay safe, stay small. And then it watches you rot. Miyamoto Musashi lived in a world where fear had a blade. One mistake meant death. One moment of hesitation meant blood on the dirt. Yet the lesson he leaves behind is not about swords. It is about domination of the inner battlefield. Because long before you lose to the world, you lose to fear inside your own skull. If you are a young man who feels powerless, who avoids confrontation, who fears failure because failure would expose weakness, this message is for you. Musashi was not born fearless. He forged fear into a weapon. And you can do the same. Musashi grew up in chaos, orphaned early, raised around violence, thrown into combat before most men today choose a college major. At 13, he killed a man in a duel, not because he was confident, not because he felt ready, but because fear was not allowed to decide his fate. That is the first lesson. Fear is not your enemy. Submission to fear is. Most men today confuse fear with danger. Musashi never did. He saw fear as information, a signal, a sharpening stone. When fear appeared, it meant something mattered. It meant growth was near. It meant blood would be spilled either externally or internally. Modern men spill it internally. You fear failure because failure threatens your identity. You fear confrontation because it risks exposure. You fear being seen as weak because weakness in the modern hierarchy means invisibility. So you avoid, you delay, you soften your voice, you agree when you want to disagree, you laugh when you want to stand your ground. Musashi would call this death before death. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi wrote about seeing clearly in the midst of chaos. He trained himself to remain calm while his opponent trembled. This was not mystical. It was brutal conditioning. He repeatedly placed himself in situations where fear had no exit. Over time, fear stopped controlling his hands. Here is the truth most self-help will never say. Confidence is not built through affirmation, it is built through exposure. Fear dies through repeated humiliation survived. There is a story about Musashi arriving late to his duel with Sasaki Kojiro. People misunderstand this moment. They think it was arrogance. It was psychological warfare. Musashi controlled the emotional frame. Kojiro burned with rage. Musashi remained empty. Fear thrives on urgency. Musashi killed urgency. Young men today live inside manufactured urgency. Social media clocks, fake deadlines, imaginary judgments. But real confrontation terrifies them. A real argument, a real boundary, a real risk. Musashi trained by rejecting comfort. He slept outdoors. He starved. He isolated himself. Not to be aesthetic, but to make fear familiar. When discomfort becomes normal, fear loses leverage. Fear of failure is fear of status loss. Musashi abandoned status early. He refused comfort. He refused attachment. He did not seek approval from clans or masters. He became dangerous by removing the need to be liked. This is where most men break. You want power without social risk. You want dominance without friction. You want strength without being tested. That is not how the nervous system works. Fear is a gatekeeper. It opens only when you walk through it. Musashi understood confrontation is inevitable. Avoiding it does not remove danger. It internalizes it. The man who avoids confrontation becomes bitter, passive, sharp only in his thoughts, harmless in reality. Think of characters like Thorfinn from Vinland Saga or Eren Yeager before his transformation. Lost, reactive, controlled by fear and circumstance. Power only arrives when avoidance ends. Musashi trained both stillness and aggression. This is the hybrid. He could sit in silence for hours. He could also end a life in seconds. That balance destroyed fear. Fear thrives in imbalance, either too soft or too violent. Musashi was centered. Here is something uncomfortable. Fear of being seen as weak is often justified. The world does not reward fragile men. It tolerates them at best. Musashi did not ask the world to be gentle. He adapted to its cruelty. He trained relentlessly, not for applause, but so his body would obey when his mind shook. Your body betrays you when it is untrained. Your voice cracks. Your posture collapses. Your breathing shortens. Fear loves weak vessels. Training is not optional. Lift heavy. Train combat. Stress your body. Not for aesthetics, for authority. A man who trusts his body fears confrontation less. This is ancient knowledge. Musashi wrote about accepting death daily. This terrifies modern men. But this is the kill shot to fear. When death is accepted, failure loses its power. Embarrassment becomes trivial. Rejection becomes noise. You are afraid because you believe you have something to lose. Musashi removed illusion. He lived as if each day could be his last. This created clarity. When nothing is guaranteed, action becomes urgent. There is a story of a modern man I worked with. Smart, quiet, invisible at work. He avoided conflict at all costs. Every meeting felt like a threat. Fear of looking stupid controlled him. We did not work on confidence. We worked on confrontation reps. One disagreement a day, one boundary enforced daily, one uncomfortable truth spoken. 3 months later, his presence changed. Not louder, not performative, sharper. There was weight behind his words now. Silence followed him into rooms. Fear did not disappear. It fell into line. It stopped grabbing the steering wheel and took its place in the passenger seat. That is the distinction most men never understand. Musashi never tried to erase fear. He put it to work. He treated it like a dangerous animal. Untamed, it mauls you. Trained, it protects you. Fear is a tool, like fire. Left wild, it consumes everything. Contained, it tempers steel. Young men today are drowning in safety and starving for meaning. Every comfort is available, yet something inside feels wrong. That tension you feel is not anxiety. It is unused potential screaming for pressure. Fear shows up because your instincts know you are playing below your capacity. Fear is not punishment. It is a signal that expansion is required. So stop asking how to silence it. Ask how to aim it. When fear rises before confrontation, lean forward instead of retreating. When fear whispers about failure, compress time and act faster. When fear exposes weakness, respond with training, not excuses. Musashi said the ultimate aim of martial arts is not victory, it is self-mastery. The man who commands fear commands his direction. You are not weak because fear exists. You are weak when you take orders from it. This is not motivation, it is mechanics. Stress the system daily. Seek discomfort with intent. Confront without malice. Build your body until it becomes reliable under pressure. Speak even when your voice shakes. Fail where others hide. Absorb the hit. Recover. Repeat. Fear will resist. Then it will bargain. Eventually, it will serve. Musashi walked alone, not from bitterness but from clarity. Solitude strips illusion. If you feel lost, it is because noise has replaced direction. Endless input dulls instinct. Silence sharpens it. Silence builds killers. Comfort builds spectators. The world does not need more harmless men with clever opinions. It needs disciplined men who move despite fear. Musashi did not wait for readiness. He advanced while afraid. That is the secret. Fear bows to action, always. Thank you for watching. If you want more raw, uncut wisdom, join my free newsletter. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.